66 million years ago, a rock the size of Everest slammed into Earth. It wiped out 75% of all life, including every non-bird dinosaur. But what if it had missed? What if the asteroid had arrived just minutes earlier or later? Would dinosaurs still rule the Earth today? Could they have built civilizations? This isn't just fantasy, real science has answers. First, let's look at what the world was like just before the impact. Dinosaurs had been evolving for 165 million years. They had survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and continental drift. They were the most successful land animals in Earth's history. And they were still evolving rapidly right up until the impact. So without the asteroid, dinosaurs wouldn't have just survived, they would have kept changing. The giant sauropods would likely have continued as massive herbivores. Armored ankylosaurs and horned ceratopsians would have filled the same roles as rhinos and elephants. Hadrosaurs, the duck-billed dinosaurs, were already thriving in herds of thousands. But the real story lies with the theropods, the meat-eaters. By the late Cretaceous, some theropods were already showing signs of remarkable intelligence. Troodon had the largest brain-to-body ratio of any dinosaur. It had stereoscopic vision, grasping hands, and was roughly as smart as a modern bird. In 1982, paleontologist Dale Russell asked a bold question. What if Troodon had kept evolving for 66 million more years? Russell proposed the dinosauroid, a thought experiment about intelligent dinosaur evolution. He imagined a bipedal reptilian creature with a large brain and manipulative hands. The idea was controversial. Many scientists thought it was too human-like. Critics argued that intelligent dinosaurs wouldn't necessarily look like us. But the core idea, that dinosaurs were on a path toward greater intelligence, is well supported. Theropod brains were getting steadily larger throughout the Cretaceous. The trend toward bigger brains is one of the most consistent patterns in evolution. It happened independently in mammals, birds, cephalopods, and even insects. This is called convergent evolution, nature finding the same solutions again and again. Eyes evolved independently over 40 times in different species. Flight evolved at least 4 separate times in insects, pterosaurs, birds, and bats. Intelligence, too, seems to be a solution nature keeps arriving at. Crows can solve puzzles that stump human toddlers. Octopuses use tools, plan ahead, and escape from sealed containers. And crows are actually living dinosaurs, direct descendants of theropods. The dinosaur lineage already produced one form of intelligence, birds. Given 66 million more years, could non-bird dinosaurs have matched or surpassed them? Many scientists now believe the answer is yes. But what would an intelligent dinosaur actually look like? It probably wouldn't look human. Russell's dinosauroid was likely too anthropomorphic. It would more likely retain its dinosaur body plan: horizontal posture, long tail, feathered body. Imagine a large-brained raptor with dexterous 3-fingered hands. A creature that could grip, build, and problem-solve, but looked nothing like a human. Tool use would have been the first major leap. We already know some modern birds use tools. Crows bend wire into hooks. With hands instead of beaks, dinosaur tool use would have been far more advanced. Could they have developed language? Dinosaurs were likely vocal. Hadrosaurs had elaborate crests that may have amplified calls. Recent research suggests dinosaurs may have produced closed-mouth sounds, like bird coos. Complex vocalization is a building block for language. Social behavior was also already present. Fossil evidence shows some theropods nested in colonies and cared for their young. Pack hunting required coordination, communication, and planning. These are the exact same foundations that led to intelligence in primates. But there's a catch: would mammals have ever gotten the chance to rise? Without the asteroid, mammals would have stayed small and in the shadows. For 100 million years, dinosaurs kept mammals suppressed to rat-sized niches. No asteroid means no primates, no apes, and no humans. We would simply never have existed. The planet today would look radically different. Grasslands, which spread after the asteroid, might never have dominated. The continents would have continued drifting to roughly their current positions. But instead of cities and highways, imagine endless forest broken by dinosaur migration trails. The ice ages would still have come, and dinosaurs would have adapted. We already know dinosaurs lived near the poles. Some were built for cold weather. Feathered tyrannosaurs and polar hadrosaurs were already thriving in near-Arctic conditions. Now imagine fast-forwarding millions of years. The intelligent theropods grow smarter, generation after generation. They begin using stone tools, then shape tools, then fire. Their architecture would reflect their body plan: wide doorways, no stairs, tail-friendly spaces. Their cities might spread horizontally rather than vertically, built for creatures with tails. Their art and culture would be alien to us, shaped by entirely different senses. With ultraviolet vision like many birds, their color world would be richer than ours. Their music might use frequencies we can't even hear. Would they have developed science and technology? There's no physical law preventing a non-human species from discovering mathematics. If they could communicate complex ideas, they could build knowledge across generations. They might have eventually looked up at the stars, just as we did. Perhaps they would have wondered if they were alone in the universe. Of course, this is all speculation, but it's speculation grounded in real evolutionary science. Not all scientists agree intelligence was inevitable. Stephen Jay Gould argued that evolution is too random. Intelligence was a lucky accident. Simon Conway Morris countered that convergent evolution makes intelligence almost inevitable. The debate remains one of the biggest open questions in biology. But one thing is certain: we owe our existence to a cosmic accident. If that rock had arrived 15 minutes earlier, it would have hit open ocean. The impact would have been devastating but survivable. No sulfur-rich rock to ignite. The dinosaurs would have survived, and we never would have risen. 15 minutes made the difference between their world and ours. Our entire civilization exists because of a rock that hit the wrong spot at the right time. In an alternate timeline, intelligent feathered dinosaurs might be making this video instead. They would ask, what if a rock had hit Earth and wiped us out? Would strange furry creatures have ever taken their place? The question cuts both ways, and that's what makes it so profound. If this blew your mind, subscribe to Fossil to Fact for more deep dives. Tell us in the comments, would dinosaur civilization have been better than ours? The asteroid missed, and somewhere out there, the world dinosaurs built is waiting.